plexus on this model is specific, and you're going to easily be able to see all parts of it, from roots to the trunks, divisions, cords, and branches. Each of the roots that contribute to this plexus, and this is the brachial plexus right here, each of the roots that contribute to this would include C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. The roots are going to combine into trunks, and then those will divide into anterior and posterior divisions. These are roots combining, for example, right here into the upper trunk. This is C7, that's C5 and 6, upper trunk. C7 is the middle trunk, and C8 and T1 combine into this lower trunk. Each of these trunks will divide into an anterior and posterior division. If you notice right here, this is a posterior division from each one, combining to form this right here, which is the posterior cord. The lateral cord here and the medial cord are combinations of the anterior divisions off of the same trunk. So the anterior division here and here from the upper trunk and middle trunk combine to form the lateral cord, and the lower trunk's anterior division continues into the medial trunk or medial cord. So we have lateral cord here, we have posterior cord and medial cord, and those lateral and medial cords off of the anterior divisions of each trunk combine to form this M right here. We have it right there, there, and there is the M. These two cords will terminate into three branches: the musculocutaneous, the median nerve, and the ulnar nerve right here, along the medial side of the arm. So the posterior, this is the posterior cord, and the posterior cord terminates into two terminal branches. One that dips into the axillary region, or the armpit, wraps around the anatomical neck or the surgical neck, of the humerus, and does the deltoid and the lower posterior part of the scapula's muscles. So this is the axillary right there off the posterior cord. And then if you notice right here, going down deep and surfacing posteriorly, piercing the tricep muscles right there, going behind the humerus and down and doing the entire back side of the arm, posterior side, would be the radial nerve as well. Alright, so once again, we have roots, C5, 6, 7, 8, and T1. We have trunks, C5 and 6 come together to form upper, C7 is middle, and C8 and T1 are the lower trunks that each divide into an anterior and posterior division. Posterior divisions form the posterior cord that terminates into the axillary nerve back behind the surgical neck of the humerus, and then goes posterior to the medial cord here and back behind the humerus, piercing the triceps and doing the back of the arm, would be the radial nerve, supplied by all roots from those posterior divisions of the trunks. The anterior divisions will combine into the lateral cord and medial cord, and those form the M that we mentioned. The musculocutaneous nerve goes through the biceps and does the lateral crest of the arm in between flexors and extensors. The median nerve does most of the entire anterior portion of the lower arm and the anterior arm, and the final branch is the ulnar nerve. The median nerve comes down into the hand and does all of the fingers, including the thumb, except for the medial side of the ring finger and all of the pinky, which the ulnar nerve, off of that medial cord, will do, goes through the ulnar sulcus, your funny bone, and then posteriorly to that and travels down the arm, does your pinky and the medial side of your ring finger in the hand. And that's all innervation for brachial plexus. Now here we have lumbosacral plexus right here, and the lumbosacral plexus has two major portions to it in my estimation. It's got the anterior innervating structures right there, and then you can see this nerve, which is a combination of all the roots, will combine and go posterior to those structures down through the greater sciatic notch and down the back of the leg. So that's the sciatic nerve right there. And then we've got branches that come anterior up here. This is the lateral femoral cutaneous right here. This is the femoral nerve that continues down the leg, does an anterior femoral cutaneous, but continues and forms the saphenous near the knee and does the medial side of the lower leg, and the sural nerve down around the medial malleolus. Up here you see the filum terminale in the center, right, the anchoring point to the coccyx of the spinal cord. You can see the central canal all the way down and the 31 pair of spinal nerves that come out of the sides at these locations from C up here at C1 all the way down. The branches that you find again anterior would be femoral, lateral femorocutaneous, and then this branch right here that comes off and does is the obturator nerve that does the adductor muscles, medial thigh. On this side you see just the sciatic nerve. The sciatic is going to be posterior, as I said, and it's going to combine, and the lumbosacral plexus is a combination of the L4, 5, S1, 2, and 3 roots or ventral rami that will combine into these various nerves. The posterior nerve and all of these roots combine into the sciatic nerve, travels through the sciatic notch down the backside of the leg, and splits into two major branches that you see here, one of which is going to go lateral on the leg. That's this one that dips behind and goes lateral down the side of the leg. That's going to be your common perineal, and then the tibial branch is going to go straight down the backside, and both of these branch into a deep and superficial branch along the way and innervate down into the foot. Study.